So, good afternoon. I hope everyone's doing fine, even though some of you have been sitting here for a long time. My name is Daniela, better known as Sunny to most of you, and I am here today to present my general plan of awesome for communications as a candidate for LCVP. So, I'm not really sure how this thing works, so bear with me. First of all, let's answer the question of what. What is communications, and what exactly is the role of communications in AIESEC in particular? So in my course, I'm often presented with this model. Okay, those aren't the exact terms. So basically, you have a source who thinks of a message, how to package it. It goes to a certain medium, it's expressed through print or voice, and then it goes to a certain market, towards a certain people who need to listen to it. And in general, the thing that gets carried across is the message. So this is actually something that every department in AIESEC does. Everybody corresponds to certain stakeholders. Everybody has certain products that they're trying to sell. So given that every department is doing this to a certain extent, how exactly does communications particularize its function in the LC? So usually when you ask people what exactly does communications do within AIESEC, they say that they're the mouthpiece of AIESEC, although people have different definitions for mouthpiece. They say it deals with brand and branding, it makes most use of publicity materials, and we deal with online content. And let's admit it, these are things that we do. These are the physical manifestations of communications do. However, I believe that the perception of communications within AIESEC should not just be limited to this. There should be a lot of other functions that we should embody, that we should really put out, these are the things that we do. So what exactly are these things that we should put out that we do? We should be positioners, i.e. not just concerned with what the brand is, but concerned with the packaging of the brand and the products. Speakers and listeners, not just people who express certain things, whether through publicity materials or what have you, but people who are also able to take feedback, whether from the LC or beyond the LC, in order to position how we're going to speak in the future. Innovators, people who aren't limited to the box, let's say, of how people market, not just limited to all the typical ways, and to make sure that the LC isn't limited to these typical ways. Brand ambassadors, the best brand ambassadors supposedly that AIESEC has to offer. And of course, we have to support them with other departments. Let's admit that communications as a function is not necessarily the forefront of AIESEC. For that, we have the unique selling points. We have communications, we have exchange, and we have all our other unique selling points. What communications is here to do is to assist and to make sure that whoever is communicating these things, whether it's communications or the other departments, that these products are being packaged and sold in the best possible way. So let's go So let's go to another question. How? How exactly do I plan to have communications embody these primary functions that I mentioned? By elevating our marketing, by widely reassessing that same market, by having an active hand in boosting exchange, by synergizing and by actively promoting all products and projects. These five which I will touch upon through the rest of this video. So in the question of how, we go back to this thing that I showed you guys a while ago. I believe in order to fulfill these functions that communications is supposed to be fulfilling, we need to reassess how we're handling every single part of this thing. Start off with management, the people who think of the message who communicate it, i.e. communications itself. So this is the basic, this is the way that communications looks right now, and I don't really plan on shifting it because I believe it works well. But what I want to do is to streamline and particularize the functions of these people and to make sure that they work together so that they're able to feedback each other and to maximize whatever products they come up with. So let's take them one by one and how they affect the medium and the market of AIESEC basically. So talking about public relations, they oversee online presence, organizations, and events. So I want them to be able to, first of all, with online presence, I'm sure everybody is aware of the online presence of AIESEC. We have Facebook, we have Twitter. As a matter of fact, we have a Tumblr, we have a WordPress, and we have an official website. So these are things that we are managing right now, but that we could manage better. We could make them more updated. We could also tap into other online presences because, as we know, the internet is always shifting. In terms of organizations and events, in coordination with external relations, I want to be able to make a visible bond with other organizations within the university. Because it's important for us to connect with other organizations because these are also our market. At the same time, not just other organizations within the university, but media partners and etc. So that it would be easier for us to promote ourselves. And events, it pertains to actual events like say the fair or like Lantern Parade. We need to always take our best foot forward in any event to make sure that AIESEC is always felt, no matter what area, no matter what event. In terms of creative development, unquestionably they come up with quality publicity materials. But more than that, they need to make sure that the other departments also come up with quality publicity materials at any given point for any given event. And they have to be innovative with their marketing, i.e. marketing that isn't just limited to print or to online. Because after all, today, when people always get assailed with any kind of product, with new events, they're always looking for the next big thing or the most unique thing. So I want creative development to be able to tap into that certain thing, that really marketing kind of concept that people don't normally see in order to attract people and meet their needs. As for brand management and OGX marketing, for all of the functions of brand management, I want its primary function to be to reassess the target market. I don't believe that there is a lack of audience for OGX or for quality members, but whenever we have a hard time promoting ourselves, it's not because of a lack of an audience, but because we're not packaging our message well, or we don't understand our audience well enough. I want brand management to be able to reassess our market, their characteristics, what's new about them, and how we can package ourselves so that we can reach them in a better way. At the same time, I want them to be able to make sure that we are able to expand ourselves so that AIESEC is not a household name in BA or in CSSB, but in the entire university as a whole. I want it to become an unquestionable asset. OGX marketing is a little touch of everything. It came to existence here in the second semester, but I believe it's something that should constantly be working. Exchange is something that AIESEC is always working on. So despite the peaks and swells of the OGX season, I want these people to always be working on repackaging, on coordination, of course, hand in hand with OGX. So, given all of that, I believe that would strengthen communications in a way. It would streamline their functions individually. And in streamlining their functions individually, it would allow all of them to work together to make sure that everybody is maximizing their functions. There would be workshops for immersions in order to achieve technical prowess, whether through information or through actual know-how. Quality control, of course, between the four again. Feedback within the LC, within the department, but also outside the department, so that we can shift ourselves in order to present ourselves better. And of course, bonding sessions, because bonding sessions are fun, and that is the key to a happy department. So it would basically look like that. The three, OGX, PR, and CD, coming up with concrete products that were constantly overseen by brand management. And OGX, of course, always working in coordination with the needs of OGX, GCP, and GIE. And if we are able to solidify this kind of structure, then we will, as communications, will be able to help and answer basically any of the needs that ENPR, OGX, or ICX would require of us. And in answering those needs, I do believe that communications is primarily here in order to synergize with other departments. Again, answering their needs. How does it answer these pertinent needs? First of all, by documentation and making sure that we document things and not just document them, but put them online where people can see them. We make sure that not only do the future members of AIESEC see what we're doing now, but we make sure that every single one of our stakeholders, no matter who they are, is aware of the activities that we're doing here and that we are active as an organization. At the same time, we'll be able to direct them towards a certain place where they can see what we're doing. So brand awareness and packaging, of course, to make sure that no matter who's communicating what, there is consistency in the message, and that message is packaged in the best way possible, no matter what. Improved online presence, again, in connection with documentation, so that all our stakeholders will have a go-to to see where we are. These online presences which are constantly updated, and which are open to interaction with people who would ask questions about us. And of course, active participation in projects and exchange promotions, projects of exchange promotion which go on constantly. For communications to always put its best foot forward, even when not asked, for communications to be able to step forward and offer their help in order to improve the marketing of projects and exchange promotions. And I believe that in synergizing and strengthening ourselves, what the communications takes a step forward in allowing the LC to be what I think it should be, which is the first choice organization, a first choice partner, the premier venue for exchange, a household name in the university, and not a household name because it's a party or for rich kids, but because of its unique selling points, its legitimate unique selling points, and the best LC in the nation, if not the world. So let me take this last half minute to just explain why. Why do I believe that this is the communication should be taking? Because communications largely is a support function, is support. However, when we see things that we want to change, as Mohammed Gandhi once she said, when we want to see things that we want to change inside within the department. You should be able to take our best foot forward, and we should be able to make those changes in the way that we look, in the way that we market ourselves, and so on and so forth. And at the same time, I want to say that just for this brief thing, even though I am inexperienced, I will admit that, and I have a 3 years experience doing things. I believe that I do have a vision for this LC that is worth fighting for, win or lose. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.